I'm a lot less sweaty today. Shout out to the 30 people that watched my last video. I think we should form like a club, like a mental health club. Be like depression days, or mental health milks, or mental health mommies, or mental health hosts. Whichever one. I don't remember the placement of my camera last time, and because makeup companies don't care about black people until Rihanna started caring. So, steps to take after you've been diagnosed. And you know, this is just going based off of steps that I thought helped me when I was diagnosed some years back. First thing you want to do is, I should have wrote this down, acceptance. You finally have some type of inkling, or you finally have a diagnosis for what's been wrong. You can finally feel a little bit more normal. Now, once you accept that this is your diagnosis, you can move on to other things such as, okay, recovery plan or health plan that fits you and your diagnosis. Because even though you may have the same diagnosis as somebody else, that doesn't mean you two essentially need the same treatment program. But you know, there will be similarities, but you know, everyone's different. You tend to feel a little bit less stressed and a little bit more in control, because now you're no longer wondering every day what is wrong with you. Now you know, and now you know what to do. So I'm gonna start with some dark green. Anyways, I have this dark green right here. I think it's called Forest. Very fitting. Is this lighting harsh? I want you guys to see everything. So step 2, share your diagnosis with loved ones, family members, friends, honestly, whoever, your partner, whoever you feel that would be helpful in supporting you throughout getting yourself better. It helps, you know, weed out the people who don't need to be there for you, essentially. Telling other people your diagnosis can also help. It can help you find other people that are like you. When I first got my diagnosis, I felt pretty alone. Like, obviously, I know like other people in the world has it, but like no one in my immediate vicinity knew or whatever. So I started talking to some of my friends, and you know, turns out, you know, they were going through similar things and stuff like that. Like, we'd have different medications and stuff, but it was essentially the same thing. And it was nice to have someone to talk to that, like, you know, could relate to that side. People outside of you are able to see things that you probably can't really see. Things may seem worse from your perspective, but they can help you see things from your perspective, and like, you can understand, like, okay, maybe I can get through this because you're never alone. Now that I look like a clown, I'm going to use this shade of green. Step 3, the hiccups. This is really like, it's not the time. So, step 3 would be finding a therapist or psychiatrist, because you need both. The difference is that a psychiatrist is the medical professional that is in charge of prescribing you or the medication that you need. Your therapist is the person that you work with and talk to and do cognitive different cognitive exercises. And while you blend that in, let's talk about step 4. Step 4, get a pet. This was by far the best step that I took for myself. I decided to get a cat because I knew that I wouldn't have the energy nor the space to give the dog everything that he needs. but I felt a cat was like the perfect animal. Didn't really need much, and it's very self-sufficient. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. If it's self-sufficient, it can like teach me to be self-sufficient. Anyways, having a pet really helps because it gives you a different perspective that's completely different from the human perspective. When are these hiccups going to stop?
Like that.
Right. So they love you in a very different but yet very direct way. You know what I'm saying? On my worst days, like when I'm sobbing, I don't know why I found that funny, comes into my room and it makes me feel very seen because like sometimes when I'm crying and I'm sobbing, I feel very sucked in, like into a black hole, and she helps pull me out of there. When I'm sad and crying, she will do something extremely funny that will make me laugh like mid cry. Sometimes when therapy would be hard, I would go to her and just hold her, and I'd feel a sense of comfort and protection that I really cannot describe. But yeah, I protect her by giving her a home and food, and she protects me by giving me comfort and common sense. If you're a pet person, I feel like you're less likely to kill yourself if you care about your pet. So that's like a little tidbit there for also step 4. I'm gonna put some concealer on the eyelid. I'm gonna use my other mirror. It has like magnification. Okay.
Like that.
Step 5, I think, to make sure you give yourself some grace. It's not easy being diagnosed with anything, much less a mental issue. That's what makes it the hardest, that it's not really a conventional thing to happen. I hope I'm making sense because it doesn't feel like I am. Right. To be easy on yourself. I'm a complete hypocrite saying this because this is the hardest thing that I do struggle with. Telling myself that this isn't your fault. It's not your fault. That your brain decided that it wasn't gonna be helpful. Like how some human beings have diabetes and they have to take insulin for their diabetes or whatever you have to do, or change your diet and stuff like that. It's the same. It helps to see mental health that way. It's just fixing what's up here, just like you would fix anything down here. It's that simple, right? Don't be afraid to go on medication. A lot of people say different things about medication, and when I was placed on them, everything that I was hearing did make me scared of them. Because of society, it made me feel like I was like officially being called crazy. But I just want to say out there to all my folks that are, I didn't take my medicine today yet. To all my folks that are medicating to help you be here and to help you survive on this rock of nothing, then I fully commend you, because it's not easy. It's not easy telling yourself, it's not easy admitting to yourself or accepting that, you know, something's not right up here. That your diagnosis really is not you. It doesn't explain who you are. Just like if someone has high cholesterol, that's not all that person is about. You know, that's just what they got going on. There's a whole nother person underneath the high cholesterol. There's a whole person worth get to knowing underneath that the diabetes. There's a whole person worth accepting underneath that schizophrenia. And that's just what society needs to come to. Like there's a big problem with getting help and the type of help that you get. It looks pretty good to me. When I was first going through getting prescribed medication, taking steps to be put on medication, I was going through a lot. I was feeling a lot. There was just a lot happening. I'm going to use this glittery green one word with the concealer. Well, actually first I'm gonna put this green on the outer corners, the same green that's up here on the outer corners, and then I'm gonna put the glittery green on the inside. As I was saying, there is a misconception about mental health medication, and the main thing that people like to say is that, oh, you will no longer feel like yourself. And I'm just like, that's the point. So, you know, if anyone's out there telling you like, oh my god, oh, don't go on this medication because it'll change you, it'll change your personality. Yes, for the better, if it's the right medication for you. You know, sometimes you gotta have trial and error, but once you find the medication that's right for you, it is supposed to change you a bit. It's supposed to make life a little bit easier and manageable. It's supposed to, the way I like to think about it, it brings out my actual personality and the person that I actually am without the mess getting in the way and clouding that for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to actually get to know yourself. And once you start to feel normal, you start to do all types of things that you didn't know you could do. I wanted a YouTube channel since I was a wee little lad, but I never had the motivation, the energy, the fortitude, really anything. Anything that one would need, I did not have that. The medication is there to make you feel better, to make you feel different, to make you feel a little bit more quote unquote normal for society, and that's okay. Another reason why it's good to have a strong support system, they will help you see that this is the best thing for you and that nothing's changing. You're just learning how to live life, essentially. Just because you need a little something does not mean anything bad. So I like how I was able to create a nice sort of contrast between the different shades of green. I slept very bad last night and my neck is just broken. In my dreams of becoming a YouTuber, I have a lot of ideas. I'm an idea person. The issue is executing those ideas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think those 7 or 8 steps are perfect to take after you get your mental diagnosis. I feel like after that, you'll be ready to take on whatever the world has to offer you. Or you have to give it, honestly. Now, glitter's like my favorite part of eyeshadow. Alright, it's crackhead hours where I am, and that's the reason why. It itches. My eye itches. time for, what is it time? So I think first I'm going to do a winged eyeliner. And then for the designs, I'll use white again. Or should I use black? I'll use black because, you know, Juneteenth. I'm gonna use the black eyeliner for design and the regular one for, you know. I like it. Since I like stars, we're gonna keep the star pattern going. So I assume that you're confused about where my lashes are. Hey, they're there. I just have yet to buy eyelash glue. And it takes me like 3 weeks to complete one single goal. So alright, in order to make this look a bit better, I'm gonna put a little bit of black eyeshadow on the bottom. So it's called Dark Night. So I think these like little singular like eyeshadow things are so cute. Because like what if you just want that color and you don't want the whole palette? You know what I'm saying? A little on there and just... Does that look better? I think so. Fun fact, I cry like 3 times a week. Better than being dead though. So I'm just gonna use the eyeshadow this time. Would this look better with eyelashes? Probably. Being that I don't have those and my eye itches, you know what, we're just gonna wrap this up real quick. In honor of Juneteenth, black makeup. So we brightened up under there a bit. Gonna do the same to this side, the horrible side. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a star, but right here. Well, that's good enough for me, honestly. I think I did a pretty good job on a free-handed star. Considering last video I wasn't, so you know what? You can always improve. I gotta do some highlighter. This is like the first makeup palette like I ever got. Some blush. Oh, I guess I should have do the star after. Nothing I can do about it now. Now, we need, what is this? Now, we need to find a lip. That part, like, I'm not good at. So, final thoughts. I don't like lipstick. It makes me feel uncomfortable. But I do like the eye makeup. I think it's very nice. I think it's very doable. And I think the color really pops on dark skin, which is the point. It's because whenever I Google stuff, black girls don't be on there. So I hope this looks good. Yeah. This is the finished look. Are we there yet? No. We'll probably never be. I'm kidding. Oh, I have to take my meds.